Welcome to another episode of Free Lead and the Start Now culture. My name is Consulate, and today I am joined by Ange. What is one thing that you are misunderstood for?
Oh, misunderstood. I think similar to what you're saying. I don't know if I heard you correctly, but
Yeah.
you're very chill. Like maybe people. Did you think I'd be really serious or like?
I think so.
Really?
I think when I started following you in
Yeah.
the beginning, it would have been maybe about a year or a year and a half now
Yeah.
that I've been following you.
Yeah.
I've always gone, and I never contacted you because I
Yeah.
was just like, oh, like, I'm sure you're chill.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're cool as a human being.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're cool. But I was just like, okay, I would just watch from the distance.
Yeah.
So
I think maybe people misunderstand that, or like to me, I just like I work really hard, probably
Yeah.
too hard at times, to be honest. It's a bit need some boundaries there, but like even though I work really hard, I feel like I don't take life too seriously. Do you know what I mean? Like it's also I think the kid within me is still right there, you know? I can be super goofy and super like I can,
yeah.
I'm pretty lighthearted on most stuff. So I think maybe people misunderstand that potentially.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Most people probably get from my postings that I'm pretty chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. When you say that, you're like, oh, you're actually chill. I'm like, that didn't come across.
What did you expect?
Yeah. That's interesting though.
Yeah, but like I think this, I guess, in a way that it just confirmed, like, do not judge a book by its cover. If that makes sense.
100%.
Because-
It does happen though.
Yeah.
I totally get what you mean. Like like online person and the person you meet, like
Yeah.
we deal with that all the time. Like you'll see someone and they're like one presence and then a different presence.
Yeah.
So that's just the life we're in. Social media, like you could kind of be like, a different person online and be who you want to be. And maybe that's like a confidence thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
What are some of the things that do you think we can do to reduce this kind of thought? Because obviously, like, you're very approachable, on like both online and in person. Like I was able to get that. Like, what are the things that we can do that you think would be able
That's
to change
a tricky
that?
one. I think just being authentic. Like if we're all authentic, then we're gonna be fine. Like I've definitely met people, and it happened a long time ago. I met this girl who like, she seemed so sweet.
Yeah.
And then when I met her, I was like, oh, you are not that sweet girl. Like you are not that girl.
wow.
Like it
Yeah.
wasn't anything deep or serious, but it's definitely like sometimes people have different personas, code switching between stuff or,
Yeah.
So I think if you're authentic and you hang out with authentic people, who they are online and who they are in person will be the same.
Yeah.
So I think being authentic, but that's up to each individual to do, I guess. Yeah.
And that, like, I guess has to be a belief that you have within yourself, because I think like if it's coming from within, it will just shine out. if that
Exactly.
makes sense.
I think for me, because you would have been following my page maybe with the fitness and weight loss and everything. And I think being really authentic about that, like it's not easy. It's not an easy journey, but like having accountability online, having a community, sharing all of that, like you have to be authentic. You can't be like, oh guys, this is what I did to achieve what I did. And then secretly you're taking like Ozempic quietly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think like just being your honest self, and then that way you're not afraid of being like caught out saying the wrong things, because who you are online is who you are in person.
Yeah. That makes sense. What are some of the challenges that you have experienced while running a business? Because as amazing as it is for both of us to be able to go, we're running a business, we're doing this and this, but what are the things that you have found that have been in reality quite challenging?
Girl, how much time you got? Yo, my friend, there's a lot. I think the sun is trying to actually fry me, but
Sunscreen.
in terms of, there's so many kinds of challenges. I think it's bigger than I expected it to be. It's certainly not what I thought I was signing up for, if I'm honest with you. Like in my head, I was like, we're gonna have this cute space, people are gonna hire it out, and that's that. No one tells you insurance, admin. We have like people we're paying, we have staff, there's so much. Like our overhead expenses is beyond anything anyone could have told me. So that means you need to then have enough income coming in, marketing, make sure you're tracking the cash flow. Like there's a lot. In terms of, I guess those things aren't necessarily challenges, but just the fact that I wasn't aware how much it takes to run this business, I was very naive.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Do you think being naive is probably a good thing?
It may be because I wouldn't have gone into it. I think if someone was like, yo, by the way, this will be your outgoings each month, I'd be like, what? Hold on.
Like, I'm done. Yeah.
Nah, it's mad. I think, what do you mean by being naive is a good thing? What do you think?
Yeah, like, I think, like, I'm almost similar to what the statement you just made, is that because I was so naive, I went in with rainbow and butterflies, and I'm just like, this is what I'm building. It will be amazing, and it will be great. But at the same time, the reality is, all that to say, it is amazing. It is great to run and find my passion and go and follow that. Yeah. But there is also the admin side of things.
Yeah, no, it's the admin will be the death of me, I swear. Like, I'm so grateful we got like a virtual assistant and like some other help and some people help. Like the team is growing. Yeah. And without them, like it just wouldn't be possible. I literally couldn't do it. So I think it helps to grow. So I think with each challenge, I'm like, okay, who can fix this? Who's the right person? It's not always me. You know, I think you try to be everything in your business and you just can't be. Yeah. But yeah, challenges. Maybe the biggest challenge is just like running a business that needs a team. You need a team. You can't do it on your own. So being humble enough to be like, yeah, I'm drowning. I'm going to need some help over here. Yeah.
I need help, and please give me the help that I need. And finding the right people to be able to give you that help.
I think it's similar to after having a kid, like kids. Yeah. Honestly, like obviously some businesses it's different. Some of them you can give some attention. Some are passive. This kind, like where you have a place, you pay rent, you've got lights to put, you got bills. Yeah. I feel like it's the same amount of intensity of having a child, because there's no days off, right? It's 7 days a week. You can't just be like, well, I'm gonna neglect it. Like it needs attention. It needs like nourishment. It needs help. It needs of that village that you need. Yeah. So, yeah, no, it's been something. It's been something for real. Yeah.
And what are some of the joys that has come from it? Because like we can talk about the negative, and there is negative, but there is also the part that we get to live what we want to live, right? Yes. We get to do that. And what are some of the joys that?
There's so many joys. I think the joys that like the people I meet.
Feel the joy?
Yeah, no, there's so many. I feel like the people I meet through the studio, there's so much alignment. Like I'll meet people and I'm like, I was meant to meet you. Like I was meant to meet this person. They get it, they get me, or like, I have that often, whereas if I didn't have the space, I feel like I wouldn't be meeting them, or they'll get the vision, like even if they have a completely different business, they get this. You know, I'm meeting like a lot of you over and over, you know what I mean? Like people who are like, get the hustle, get it, you know? Yeah. So I think the people is one of the biggest joys, rewards for me. Yeah. Also being able to do something and like people are happy with what I'm providing them. So when they give me good reviews, even if I don't ask, or like when they just give good feedback, they're like, I love your space, I love your hospitality, I love X, Y, and Z. That always feels good. Yeah. It's like a reminder that I'm like, okay, I might be doing something all right. Yeah. What else? I feel like another joy from this space would be just seeing like myself do things I didn't know I could do, you know? Like, I'm like, okay, I didn't know I had like that business mentality or that hustle within me. It's kind of like I'm figuring it out more and more and more. Yeah. Some people, they're born for business. Like their parents were business people. They were gonna be entrepreneurs, whereas I feel like I'm kind of like creating this new path and heading away from a path I was going down. Yeah. So I'm kind of like proud of myself as I see it. I'm like, okay, you're sticking in it, you know?
And I'm guessing you're first generation here, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that too, right? So it's like creating a business on this side of the world and stuff. It's very like, you got to be proud of yourself sometimes and be like, okay, look, it's not like the world's biggest thing, but I'm like, for me, it's a big deal. Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. I love that.
So there's joy there.
There is. Yeah. I find joy in just having to wake up in the morning and knowing that I get to choose to do this.
Yeah, that's good.
Personally. Yeah. Like, I get to wake up and it's not like, oh, I'm going to work.
Yeah,
you know, like I love work. Work is great. And I'm not saying anything about it if my bosses are watching. Yeah.
I'm not quitting.
I'm not quitting. But I really just love waking up and knowing that I get to do this part again, and I get to connect with human beings, and I get to sell this dream or do this thing that I believe that I've been called to, you know, and it's been such a journey to get here. But having that for me, it's been such a big joy.
Yeah,
and
I love it.
I feel like I get so emotional even just thinking about it, because I'm like, I never thought this will be me.
That's so relatable. Like, even if something is hard, you chose that hard, and now you're doing the work, and it's like, I get to do it, you know, instead of like, oh, I have to do this. I get to. You know, it's like a privilege.
I get to choose
it's
to
really
do this.
cool.
How do you fit in family and your business and all the stuff that you do?
How do I fit it in? Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, like right now my life is chaotic, but to me, like the kids and my family, my husband and me, like that's first, and everything has to fit around it. So like even today, like booking this, I'm like, I have to make sure. It's very tricky right now. There's a lot. Like there's a 10-month-old, a 4-year-old. They have to come first for me. I feel like I wouldn't enjoy this if I didn't already spend quality time with them this morning. So I feel like just prioritizing a lot of time management, like honestly the amount of, like, I don't know if you use calendar a lot, like Google Calendar or any calendar. My calendar is just ridiculous, but it has to be that way. Like every hour right now is accounted for. Do you know what I mean? Like after this I need to go to this and then that. Otherwise I think things will fall, like I'll drop the ball. So I think having really good scheduling, saying things in advance, like, so we booked this in advance so that I know. So just like planning ahead of time. I'm like a serial planner. I think that's how I get through it. Otherwise it'll just collapse for real.
And somebody the other day said to me, it's about running a business and doing the family thing. It's about allowing yourself or giving yourself permission to do what you say you're gonna do and do what you've said you're gonna do. So don't just go like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then you're like, it goes up. So when you put it in your schedule, when you put it in the calendar, it's there.
Done. It has
and
to.
You're like,
things have to. You have to have. Like that's the thing. I'm like, it's not even envy because I was in that position before, but I'm like, sometimes I'm like, if you don't have kids or anything, like the fact that you can just up and go and stuff, that is such a gift. I'm like, up and go. Like you could just be like, yo, people try to call me, be like, yo, can we do? I'm like, listen, we need to get this in that schedule. Like we need to fit this. I don't have that luxury right now. It's a bit interesting. So I think, you need to make sure your plan, if you've got a really busy life, like most people do. Kids, no kids.
Right.
People are busy.
People are
busy. So I think like, let your yes be yes, your no be no, and have like a plan. I think that helps.
I think so too. And I think it's like, it's also respectful to everyone else.
100%.
Because like if I have planned this earlier in advance, and anything can change. Personally, I'll be flexible, and no, I don't have any kids. So for me, it's always like, it's okay. But for my peace of mind, knowing what I'm doing, where I need to be. If I give you the schedule, or if we're calendar it in, then it's like, great, perfect. But other than that, like if it's just like pack up and go, I'm just like,
no, I'm not pack up and go. That's not the season of my life. I'm not like, where you at, what you doing? I'm like, don't worry about that. You ain't in the calendar today. This ain't that kind of life. Maybe one day. I'm doing time right now with these kids. I got like, a lot of years in until I've got that kind of freedom again.
It's a good discipline though. It's good discipline because it's like a person who is building this lifestyle, right? One of the things that like just packing up and go, it can create stress, which is one of the things that can come along with everything else. But if you are a bit more like organized, you get to live a much freer life, and it's a bit more easier to navigate. You can be like, this is rest time, which is so important. This is sleep time, which, God, sleep I don't know everything. How I did uni.
Sleep is everything.
I did uni and sleep was not part of it. I think I would have done better if sleep was part of it, but I thought I was conquering the world then. But now I realize how important the sleep needs to be. I'm like,
sleep is honestly the start and the end, honestly. Like my productivity, my creativity, everything, if I'm not sleeping, sometimes I'm like, I gotta hustle, I gotta work through the night. And then the whole next day I'm like so exhausted, and then I'm not productive through the day when the business hours. So I'm like, you know what, let me sleep and actually be productive tomorrow. But I think it's good to plan, but I definitely have a tendency to plan a little too much, like to the point where it's like, let's say, like if I go on holiday, for example, I'm ridiculous. Like I'll be like, at 10 we're going to breakfast at this place, and at this, like, I'll create an itinerary, and I'll literally be like, Thursday 12 we're going to be spontaneous, and it's like, people will be like, you need to chill, like, you can't plan being spontaneous, like, what's wrong with you? But I'm like, we need to plan everything. But I think sometimes, like, that freedom also comes from not, because if we don't do it, I do get a bit like, no, but this was the plan. Yeah. Like, even me, like, being late today. I was like, don't freak out, you're late, don't freak out. So I think you got to be a little bit flexible, plan, but also, like, have the ability to be okay with change. Change is inevitable, things happen.
What is some advice that you would give for someone who is finding their purpose?
Girl, I'm looking to, no, I'm kidding. I think finding your purpose, I think it's just about being authentic to yourself, you know? I don't attach my purpose to, like, any job title, any role, not even being a mom. Like, as much as I give 100% to these things, they're not 100% me. So I think maybe just, like, be authentic to yourself. Like, what do you really like? What do you do? Like, leading into those things. Like, for me, it's, I pray a lot, so I feel like I will pray about things. Yeah. And then I'll be like, okay, actually, I'm not feeling, like, a lot of peace around this project, this idea, this collab, and I will just be as authentic as I can and just be okay to fail at stuff. Yeah. You know, don't be afraid to be like, this was actually a bad decision or a good one. Yeah, just that authenticity again, I think, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good.
I love that. The people in your life, so I'm looking at your family, which we have spoken about. Your family might be your husband, your children, your extended family now, because now that you're married, they become your brothers and sister becomes your extended family,
that's
right?
True, yeah.
Oh God, the thought of that. How important are they to you?
How important are, like, just my family?
Yeah, or just the people that are your to go to.
Like the village, basically?
Your village.
Oh, I'm not surviving without them. I'm not here at this interview right now without them. So I feel like they're everything, you know? I think that's their number one. You know, you that's the main thing, and then the rest comes and fits into that. Because I think, like, sometimes if you prioritize your career, money, your projects, like, as number one, like, those things come and go. You can get fired. Your business can go under. COVID showed us that businesses can. But your family, like, that's for life. You know, that's my kids are for life. My sister, like, the close people I have near me, they're the ones that I think need to be, like, you need to pour into that.